Okay, it's a beautiful, fantastic Wednesday morning. It's a Wednesday that precedes the other Wednesday that is coming, which happens to be Christmas Day. Christmas Day is going to be on a Wednesday next week, so we have 8 days to Christmas. And we want to say Merry Christmas in advance. And for those of you that have already been prepared for everything that's going to be happening this week, you know, this weekend actually is the weekend where parents will do everything possible to actually want to make sure their kids have a good time. But the only thing that a lot of parents are thinking about too at this time is how they're going to make it happen financially because of the economy of the country, because of the state in all power status of how it affects all parents. How are they going to make this happen? It's painful when parents look at themselves and say, when I was at this boy's age, this my boy is just 8, he's 10, he's 12, he's 5, my parents did a lot for me. And then you look back the years, probably could be like 40 years ago, could be like 50 years ago, could be like 30 years ago. Now you're looking at yourself like, my parents did a lot for me. I bought brand new clothes. They bought me brand new clothes, brand new shoes. They took me out. They gave me the best of food during this Yuletide season. How am I going to do this for my own children now? That's where your country comes to play. Kenny Badnach. Actually, I said a lot. I know Fina is interested in this. Kemi Badnach came out to say a lot, and people are saying she's not a very, very loyal Nigerian, and I laugh. Good morning. You're listening to Honor 103.5 FM. My name is Lekon Omoshebi. You are listening to the program, The Front Burner. I have my studio manager, Engineer K. He'll be working with me this morning. And of course, one of my analysts is in the studio. I already have Mr. Ofino in the studio. Mr. Ofino, good morning.
Good morning to you, Mr. Lekon Omoshebi, Big L, and to everyone listening to this program all around the world. I say good morning to every one of you.
Thank you, Mr. Ofino. As we await the other analysts, join me in the studio this morning. We want to say that there's a lot we're going to be discussing about. We have too many topics, and I would like to make sure I discuss all these topics this morning. I don't want to leave one out. I'm not going to be leaving any out this morning. We're going to discuss everything. And of course, we would like to also let you know that we would like you to be part of the show this morning on the front burner. We're going to go straight into business right now because this is exactly 6 minutes past 10. This morning, I'm going to be starting. I don't know if I should start from the continent of Africa, or should I just start from Nigeria and then later go to the continent of Africa, or should I just snowball that and then just go start from Ibadan, or should I just say start from Oyo State itself? This is the front burner. A lot of things has been happening, but then let's quickly discuss this one from the Nigerian police force. That's where I would love to start from this morning. Let me quickly tell you, if you're listening to the front burner this morning, that you can actually join us on social media. Please go to Facebook at this time. You search for Honor 103.5 FM. Once you find us on social media, click on the live button. And once you click on that, you'll get to see us live in the studio. Click on like, make your comments on any of the topics we're discussing this morning, and then you share so that other people can get to see it. Let me put the Nigerian police force aside for now. Let me start from Ibadan. Now, it is very, very interesting to say that I don't know how to give him, I don't know what his position is, Mr. Ofino, because I've never been there, but I know that if you go to a church, there's always a pastor. But then, if you go to a Guru Maharaji, how do you call the head of the place? Mr. Ofino, I know you're looking at me like, why is Mr. Lekon asking me this question? Okay, fine. Let me just use the word Guru Maharaji himself had pleaded with the Ogun State government and directly to the governor of to the Oyo State government, pardon me, and he has gone straight to the governor of Oyo State and pleaded that his land is being sucked on by land grabbers, and he begged Mr. Governor Seyi Makinde to please help him retain his official property, that people are taking off his land and they're building on it. And then there's a party in Oyo State called the African Action Congress. The African Action Congress Party, that's exactly on Monday, demands release of 12 persons illegally detained by Oyo State Governor Makinde for protesting against land grabbing. Guru Maharaji was the first to come out last week to complain about this land grabbing, and these people are bragging that they should take them to the government, take them to any police station, take them anywhere, because they feel they have some backing. But now the African Action Congress Party, also the day before yesterday, demanded the release of 12 persons illegally detained by the Oyo State Governor Makinde for protesting against land grabbing. What would you like to say?
There is one thing we must understand when we are talking about land. Land is a free gift of nature. There is what we call fundamental human rights. One of the fundamental human rights is right to property, private property, apart from right to your own life as an individual. Sat Guru Maharaji is a Nigerian. Is a human being.
I think that land property of his has been there for over 40 years.
So for him, for his land to have been forcefully taken by someone else, to me, he has every right to call the attention of the governor. But before he would have called the attention of the governor, don't you think he would have tried everything possible legally, and he's not going, and nothing is coming out of it? There is one thing we must understand. We have certain persons that believe in law and order. We have people that are very sensible when it comes to issue of law and order. But the first instance is this: how did Sir Guru Maharaji acquire this property in the first instance? He said it. He proved his documents. Are there documents to back it up? If there are documents to back it up, let's put it this way. Do you know that since when I was a kid, when I grew up in Lagos, lived all my life in Lagos, when I'm going to my hometown, we have to, when we get to Sir Guru Maharaji's place, we know we're close to Ibadan. We will know that in the next 5 minutes we should be in Ibadan. A lot of people will agree with me on this. Definitely. Yes. So if a man that have gotten that property for about 40-50 years ago, how will he not know that people are intriguing into his property? And I'm sure you would have complained 1,000 times. Let's put that aside. Months ago there was a lot of protest at the secretariat for days. I would say the protest went for over a week. I was part to witness it myself, on people that said that look, their land is being grabbed by land grabbers. The governor wasn't in the country. The governor came back, addressed them, and said he promises that he's going to make sure that they get their lands back. So there's a lot of complaint to Mr. Governor directly that there are land grabbers. So I'm saying, if this continues, now the African the party I just mentioned, let me quickly correct myself on the name of that party. I don't want to just say it out of my head. I'd actually now decided to say this face to face to Mr. Governor. I'm talking about the African Action Congress Party. Party. Thank you very much. And of course, they have demanded that Mr. Governor, that's Engineer Seyi Makinde, that he should please release 12 persons that are illegally detained by him, that's the governor of Oyo State, for protesting against land grabbing.
And protesting against land grabbing, is it a crime? Is it something that you need to be arrested for?
You see, when you are talking about protest, it's your fundamental human right. But when these protests now lead to assault, it becomes an offense.
Okay, so where's the assault?
There is one thing we must.
So when you demand for people to be released, an assault.
Not demanding for people to be. How were they? Why were they arrested in the first instance?
Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make sure that I'm going to let Nigerians, people living in Oyo State, be part of this topic. You can call us on 09151 035 000. That's 09151 035 000. We would like to know. Sorry, you can call us on. The number I just called is unofficial. Pardon me. Call us on 091 35 001035. 09135 001035 or 09151 035555. All right.
You know when
are there land grabbers in Oyo State or not?
There was one thing that the problem in this country, and I will say it, was when General Olusegun Obasanjo decided to introduce the Land Use Act. Formerly in Nigeria, what we had was community land, family lands. But when General Olusegun Obasanjo decided to enact a law called the Land Use Act, showing that every land in Nigeria today is vested upon the federal government, is vested upon by the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That was how we started having problem. There has been a problem when you are talking about land grabbing. It's just like a cartel. Every state capital has what we call original master plan that has been altered by certain persons within the ministries of lands.
All right, let me use this opportunity to welcome you to the studio, Honorable Olaoye. I know you have your reasons for being a bit late on the show. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning to you, good morning to you, viewers, and Mr. Ofino. Good morning to you.
Actually, before you join us, because I'm sure we're going to go commercial in a few minutes, or just say less than a minute. We're talking about the Oyo State land grabbing. A lot of people are complaining. Sadhguru Maharaji has actually come out to complain as well that his property is being encroached. He has done everything possible, but he sees that there's no way out of it. He has personally come out to talk to Mr. Governor to beg Mr. Governor to please help him keep his property. The corporate property has been there for 40 years, over 40 years. And the political party in Oyo State again has pleaded with Mr. Governor to please release 12 persons of its party protesting against land grabbing. Would you say that honestly? And if you remember, some weeks ago, like 6 months ago, there were people that were at the secretariat every day protesting about their property, their land, in which the road that the governor was constructing actually went past their land, and Mr. Governor didn't do anything about trying to give them back their money. Mr. Governor wasn't in the country. I'm talking about Engineer Akande was not in the country. By the time he came back, he went to under the bridge at Secretariat and addressed these people, and he promises them that they will get what they deserve. Now, would you say truly that there are land grabbers now, and they're doing it because they have a backing, a political backing?
Seriously, I'm saddened, but at the end of the day, when you are talking about reform, it must start from somewhere. And when you are talking about reform, it's about changing our ways of life. Apart from we being some of our heritage being sold by the same PDP government in the state led by Engineer Akande, which I'm so sad about. But when you are talking about, there are some. When you are talking about the construction of road that is going on, we are talking about the circular road. A lot of people who constructed on the EMAC what's it called, the submitter that is to the road, a lot of them know they did something that is very wrong, and two wrongs can never make it right if it can be corrected. But still, the government needs to do what needs to be done. And talking about those who were arrested, I saw the video. It was so disheartening. I think they behave as if they are living in the Banana Republic. That is not protest. that is not protest. That is serious assault to the government.
Okay.
If you have,
so that's why they are arrested.
They deserve to be arrested.
Okay, we'll come back on the program, The Fun Burner. In case you're just joining us, remember you're going to be part of this program. And we'll say Merry Christmas in advance. But let's quickly go commercial and then we come back.
On 103.5 FM.
Do you need a reliable and super fast unlimited internet for your business and home use? If yes, iWorld Networks is your solution with our uptime affordable internet via fixed broadband. No data caps and throttling. You can enjoy your distance learning, business meetings and family time with our reliable internet. With 24/7 proactive customer support and 99.8% uptime. We also provide connectivity for offices, schools, financial services, hotels, government, etc. Chat with us on www.iwn.ng. iWorld Networks, we've got you covered. Sign up and get connected today.
Nigeria, something big is here! Are you scared of acquiring landed properties due to lack of trust and authenticity? Do you have to wait endlessly to get your red copy survey after every property purchase? Worry no more, because You Fit Homes is here to do things differently while providing solutions to housing challenges in Nigeria, with properties in Abuja, Lagos, Port Harcourt, Ilorin, and now Ibadan. You Fit Homes is here to make you a property owner. Get 50% launch discount off the actual price on our Ibadan property, located 10 minutes to the train station at Ido and 10 minutes to Monia train station. We won't just issue you a CFO. You also get a red copy survey right after you buy from us. Visit our head office at Block 8, Plot 15, 7 Up Road, Oluyole Main Estate, or call 0812-020-0803 for more enquiries. You Fit Homes, a home for all. Once you enter Ibadan to enjoy yourself and have a swell time in a swell place with sweet sensation, just go straight to Matchfort Courtyard Hotel and Suites. Matchfort Courtyard Hotel and Suites offers you A+ hospitality in a fantastic environment. Check out the rooms: Standard Deluxe, Super Deluxe, Executive Deluxe, Junior Suites, Executive Suites, Presidential Suites. Superb rooms like Royal Palace, constant air conditioning with switch aroma and plasma TV all over the place. Executive VIP lounge and full bar. 247 power supply with relay of generator. Lovely swimming pools for young and old. Complimentary breakfast. Airport shuttle and car hire services. First class recreation facilities. Gym and spa. Nourish your body with local and intercontinental cuisine. Sunday buffet 11:30 to 4 p.m. every Sunday. Matchfort Courtyard Hotel and Suites welcomes you at number 2 Emi Adejumo Close off UCH Second Gate opposite Bottles Republic Lounge, Agodi GRA Ibadan, Oyo State. Telephone 091-1001-6995 and 091-3552-4814. www.matchfortcourtyard.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, prepare to be swept away as we usher in the majestic 21st edition of Miss Oyo State 2024.
Are you graced with both beauty and the brains? Do you dare of becoming a true beauty queen? Listen closely to what awaits.
The Miss Oyo State Beauty Pageant 2024 is about to set the stage ablaze in the heart of the city this December the 22nd at Felicia Hall, Jogo Center. Time 2 p.m. The host with the most, the irresistible Isaac Brown, the mayor.
Star Prize is an official car by Ilaji Hotels and Sports Resort. Miss Oyo competition forms now available at Fresh FM Ibadan Marketing Department, or please call 0803-717-8043.
Miss Oyo State 2024 live on Sunday, the 22nd of December at Felicia Hall, Jogo Center, Ibadan. Time 2 p.m. prompt.
Gate fees 2,000 naira regular, 15,000 naira front row seats, 200,000 naira gold ticket, 500,000 naira platinum ticket.
Media partners Fresh FM Nigeria and Blast FM 98.3 Ibadan. Proudly supported by
Ilaji Hotels and Sports Resorts,
Coca-Cola,
Oyo Algon,
Foodco,
Ripples Catering Services,
UI Hotels,
Jogo Center and Hotels, Ultima Foods,
Doopsy Agbeni Stores,
You Feet Fly,
Melody Trade Sounds Trends, and lots more. Miss Oyo State 2024. The essence of interior design will always be about people and how they live. It is about the realities of what makes for an attractive, civilized, and meaningful home environment. This is our foremost concern at Mr. Johnson Furniture and Interior Decoration, and this is why we stay faithful to your own taste, because nothing you really like is ever out of style. Mr. Johnson Furniture and Interior Decoration, we specialize in importing and delivering quality royal beds, sofas, lights, and doors to every home across Nigeria. We are located inside Dugaford Filling Station in Lewore Junction, Akala Express, Ibadan. Call us up on 080-913-35706 or send a WhatsApp message to 090-445-30230. We don't just sell quality products. Our maintenance team is on standby to give free routine maintenance for a whole year after purchase. Mr. Johnson Furniture, our passion is to bring affordable luxury to every home and offices.
Feel the vibes on 103.5 FM.
Let's rock.
I sincerely want to say welcome back to the show. You're listening to the front burner this Wednesday morning. We'll say Merry Christmas in advance. Remember, 8 days from today will be Christmas. So, hope you're prepared. But anyway, we know you are looking back and forth concerning the economy of this great country. It's 25 minutes past 10. My name is Lekon Moshebi. I have Mr. Ofino and Honorable Olaoye with me on the show this morning. We'd like you to go to Facebook, our social media handles. Just type on a 103.5 FM. And of course, you see the live, and then you click on the live. But it's a round thing. Just click on it. Then you get to see us live in the studio. We'd like you to like, comment, and share any of the topics we're discussing this morning. We've discussed about the land grabbing. A lot of fingers are pointing at Mr. Governor of Oyo State, Engineer Seyi Makinde. Probably that he has the backings of the land grabbers. But then, we'll find out. At this point, the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu approved the naming of the University of Abuja to Yakubu Gowon University. A lot of people have said, why will a polytechnic be given to the late MKO Abiola, which happens to be the Moshood Abiola Polytechnic in Abeokuta? Why not a university given to the late man that was, voted in as president, but then he never became president? So why would Yakubu Gowon get a university, but MKO Abiola is for a polytechnic? One of my analysts actually reminded me that if I remember, that University of Lagos was there to be given to MKO Abiola, but at that time that Jonathan was president, a lot of people didn't like Jonathan at that time. So the school itself actually refused the name MKO Abiola for University of Lagos. Gentlemen, would you say former President Yakubu Gowon deserves to be named? That name needs to be named to rename the University of Abuja. Where would you stand, Mr. Ofino?
There is one thing we must understand. That is just like the Ibadan people. The word Ibadan is an identity. Ibadan people are very happy when the premier university was being located here.
But do you think
University of Ibadan today, if they want to rename Ibadan people, they will revolt.
I can say that 1,000 times.
I can say it 1 billion times. Ibadan people will revolt.
Will never agree.
Because that name, University of Ibadan, it has become an international identity for the Ibadan people. The same thing applies to University of Abuja. The same thing applies to University of Benin. The same thing applies to University of Port Harcourt. The same thing applies to University of Lagos.
All these universities you have named have not been renamed yet.
No, I'm just trying to explain.
No, I'm only wondering why you're saying, because honestly they have not been renamed.
Because this is how some people will start a precedence. He started a precedent. Let me take our mind back to what Mr. President did few months back when he renamed National Theatre Igomu Lagos after Professor Wole Soyinka.
Theatre. You're right.
He renamed it. So it did not go well with certain persons.
A lot
of people. So there is something we must really understand. When you want to establish a national monument in honor of an illustrious son or an illustrious daughter of a country, now we have Gowon Barrack. Everyone wants what we call an identity. I'll be so happy today if a national monument is being renamed after Ofino.
Of course.
I'm telling you, I'm a Nigerian, I'm a patriot. Let us be honest to ourselves.
All right, Honorable Olaoye.
I don't see anything wrong about what the governor, the president has done, but it will degenerate into a lot of controversy.
Honorable Olaoye, what would you like to say?
The difference between this government and the other government is that when you are prepared, when you see the mistake of the people in the past, or probably the government in the past, you are going to make sure you rectify it. Yakubu Gowon being named after Abuja is normal.
Is there one thing you can say that would have really caused Mr. President to renew?
He is a state man. He kept Nigeria together. When Nigeria was in the brink of collapse, Gowon kept Nigeria together, and he won. And it was the one that,
but he won on the virtues and advice of the late Obafemi Awolowo.
When that late Obafemi Awolowo is in charge, he was in charge then, and he got the advice. You have to get advice as a president, as a leader from others. So anyhow, he became that. Abiola University having a polytechnic, there's nothing wrong with it. Abiola has got a very big street in Abuja. Abiola has street in Ibadan. Abiola has and National Stadium is named after him. And when the particular time Jonathan wanted to change,
National Stadium in Abuja is named after NKO.
And yet you see the time Jonathan government, President Jonathan, want to name Abiola the University of Lagos. Abiola, it was towards the election, and the timing is wrong because there was a lot of protest. The federal government has the power to name every University of Ibadan after Omolaje Olaoye if they want, because they have the power, they got the funding, and they don't need to care whether the name has been changed or not, because Lagos State University, University of Lagos, is in Lagos State, and it is federal government owned. University of Ibadan is federal government owned. Anyone, government has the power to name it as they wanted, because mind you, this started from here in Southwest when they started name Olabisi Onabanjo University. All our Polytechnic,
that's the Ogun State Polytechnic at that time. That's Osun State University.
Ogun State University. University. So it started from here. You see, Laridoge Akitola, all this start from us. So the replicate of whatever the state governors does, the federal government can do it as well. So when it's come to that, it was the timing of Jonathan that was strong. You know, this one is not changed towards the election. If it's towards the election, they would have read a lot of minutes to it, and the government can be pressured to withdraw. So now it has been well prepared. So we expect, and we must try as much as possible to encourage all our past hero. And I don't think anything wrong with that.
I would like to ask my listeners listening to us at home, at work, or in your car, wherever you are listening to the show. I would like to ask you, that's to my listeners now. Do you, my listeners, think that University of Ibadan can ever be renamed? And will the citizens of your state will ever accept that the name University of Ibadan should be changed to Lekan Omoshebi University? I would like our listeners to I would like to hear from you. You can call me on 09151035555 or 09135001035. That was a good pointer from Fiona, because I know I attended the school. And I don't think you also had a lot to do with University of Ibadan. You attended as well.
I did.
And of course, Ofino himself.
Yes.
So the question is, that was a big question you brought up. Will the citizens ever accept?
It has nothing to do with the citizen. We know. I'm just telling you. If not for Unilag, I mention of Unilag. A lot of people. It is not even the Lagosian that stood up. It was past student of University of Lagos State alumni that stood up against Jonathan. I told you it was a time. They made us to even realize that he doesn't need to go through any legislative pact.
So right now you're saying President Tinubu can actually,
he has the veto power.
If President Tinubu changes the name tomorrow,
well, nothing is going to happen. But we are talking about the time. Make sure it is not towards the election, because a lot of people are going to read into it. If you do it earlier, you don't have any problem.
There is one thing I like about government. Anything you do can be revoked.
Another government can actually.
Yes,
no. It has never.
It's one of the veto powers of a president. It's the veto power of a president. Do you agree on that?
We are in egalitarian society.
Well, and I want the university. Wait, sir. Wait. Yakub Gowon University, which is Abuja now, it's not it's not from the Senate or from the House of Rep.
They said he doesn't need to pass through any legislative act.
That's the power, the veto power of Mr. President. So another president, like he rightfully said, can come and revoke it.
We have not seen any president that came that changed airport Mohammed Airport name after him, because they are going to read any meaning to it. And a lot of politics, if it's a military regime, they have the power to do anything. But mind you, even the military regime, make sure they call the power of the politicians in anything to do. That is why they are more in power and be able to survive. See what Gowon did. When I am not old enough, but I'm old enough during the time of Babangida. Babangida will be doling money out. He will be inviting different kind of politicians to Abuja. By the time they are going, there is going to give them a lot of.
Just 30 seconds.
There is one thing that popped into my mind. Okay. I don't like people introducing bad precedents. Don't be surprised the president will wake up one day and introduce new currency of past presidents.
And have their faces.
Yes, on it. Is it not Nigeria?
Yes, they
we should not establish a bad precedent.
They have been having it.
We should not establish a bad precedent.
All right, let's move away from that now. Let's go straight to the Lion Building in Abuja. Now, the Lion Building is actually the headquarters for the Nigerian Police Force. The Nigerian activist Abiodun Thomas arrested, dehumanized for criticizing police excesses, is now moved to Abuja, detained for days without charges. This was something we would have discussed last week, but we didn't have enough time to discuss it last week Saturday. But I also bring it back because I'm a journalist as well. Now, I don't know, is there a crime between the Nigerian police and everybody else that tells the truth about the Nigerian police? Is it a crime that once you say Nigerian police, they collect bribe, until you do a video of them actually doing it before the Nigerian police will accept the fact that yes, this is what we do actually arrest those officers? They will now put the officers too in a video where they are arrested, they're being de-uniformed, and then they are sent away from the force. Now, is it a crime for you to just be on this show now and tell the truth of what you have noticed, you have witnessed, you have experienced about the Nigerian police? Is it right that you have to be arrested for telling the truth? I want to know. Let me start from Honorable.
Yeah, thank you very much. There is nothing wrong in you expressing yourself to people, and there is nothing wrong in you making sure people, those in charge, knows that what you are saying is true. But at the end of the day, that means you must know how to present yourself. If the police were alleged by the same man of doing something, he must be able to prove himself. We have seen a lot of police that has been dismissed because they are collecting bribe.
So that you have to have your video. You have to have something, because can they believe in your talk?
It is cheap. Talk is cheap. That is it. Because ordinary talk cannot hold anything.
But in America and the UK and all that is just for you to talk.
No. That is why even ordinary security in any departmental store right now in a place like UK is going to be having a body camera. You know how many people that have been killed unlawfully by the police in America. That is why you must have your body camera. If you don't have your body camera, you are going to be prosecuted.
Okay, now the Nigerian activist Abiodun Thomas, she's actually a she that is arrested, dehumanized, and criticizing the police. I want to ask why she's still in detention for days. I thought it was just for 24 hours.
There is one thing we must.
Am I correct?
Yes.
So why is she there for days?
There is one thing we must understand. Aristotle wrote that it is more proper for law to govern than any one of the citizen, upon the same principle that those who are either appointed or elected into power to govern are only guardian and servants of the law. And John Locke wrote that freedom in society means being subject to laws written by a legislative house, and this law applies to everyone. We are talking about a country that believes in law and order. When you are talking about the Nigerian police force happen to be a public institution, they are not truly independent. But there is one thing I keep saying: he who alleges must prove with what? With facts. But let us be honest to ourselves. The Nigerian police force today, are they a good model?
That's a fantastic, brilliant, beautiful question.
Let us be honest to ourselves.
Whenever the PPRO for your state is,
let us be honest to ourselves.
I want
you know how many times they have changed their uniform? There was one time they were using black. People said that probably that was why they were behaving blackly.
I remember very well.
Their uniform was being changed.
Them to blue.
I will tell you today, the Nigerian armed forces does not like the Nigerian police force. They are local head like Tom and Harry. We have to be here.
Tom and Jerry.
Tom and Jerry. Like Tom and Jerry. We have to be honest to ourselves. There is supposed to be what we call moral reforms in Nigerian police force. We have seen, let me give you, when we look at the member of the Nigerian armed forces, they are well fitted. But when we look at Nigerian police force, most of them don't dress well. Look at their shoes. Look at their uniform. Do you know in the Nigerian army, government will provide uniform for you, but when you now join the Nigerian police force, you are going to buy your uniform.
I think that's one. I think that one is discipline. I think that one is discipline.
So you are saying the Nigerian police force is not discipline?
Yeah. A lot of their member, a lot of their staff, a lot of Nigerian policemen are not disciplined. That is where you are talking about the dress. There is nothing wrong in you to dress properly, even if you have to go and tailor yourself, buy from the what's it called, from the market or baggy or any other market. And when you are talking about a shoe,
down.
Yes, yes. Well, even if you have to go and buy a shoe, any black shoe that is your cricker, you can polish it well.
But it's not supposed to be like that.
It is not
supposed to provide.
It is no. I bet
the Nigerian state supposed to provide everything.
I will tell you categorically. There was a time I was telling the policeman, the police are police problems, because the Federal Republic of Nigeria is providing adequate, because they can be able to tender their own budget. But how do they spend it? That is the problem.
But honestly, Ofino was correct when he said that the Nigerian government is to
provide everything. You are not. Do you listen to me at all?
Of course, I'm listening.
I am saying to you, people in authority, a lot of them abuse the system that they are given, because Nigerian police are evil. Army is supposed to be external. Nigerian police have a lot of body. They have a lot of department that they're supposed to be keeping Nigeria safe. And I will tell you categorically, no government will ever joke with Nigerian police. They will provide adequately for them. But what about
they providing adequately?
And they are. What about their superior?
You buy your uniform yourself.
Wait a minute. Okay, guys. Let me quickly remind you of something. I don't know if, I'm sure the two of you, my fantastic analysts, both of you know Kemi Badenoch.
Yes.
Now Kemi Badenoch definitely had come out to tell the British Parliament that Nigerian police are thieves. The Nigerian police actually stole his younger brother's wristwatch, the shoes, and all that. She said it. The Nigerian police are thieves. Now IG came out to say on his platform on X and said a lot, to say she's not loyal to the country, she needs to prove evidences. That's why I kept saying must there be a video. Now, the IG behind, not publicly, but it actually leaked on VDM, which is very dark man. Now the document is out there, the document is in front of me. But then the Nigerian police has banned the following from now henceforth, says the IG. And one, arbitrary arrest and detention. So the IG is telling me that since he was made the IG, he never knew that one until Kemi Badenoch came out to talk. The IG now said again on Monday that unnecessary arrest and detention of youths is banned. So the IG never knew that since Mr. President made him IG. He didn't know. His brain never talked to him that he was supposed to have done this before Kemi Badenoch? Now the IG also says collection of phones and checking of phones at checkpoints is also banned. Please tell me, why is the IG saying this on Monday when he could have just said all this when he became IG? Let me start from Mr. Ofino.
Thank God we have a woman like Kemi Badenoch. She's a Nigerian to the core.
To the core.
There is one thing you must understand, that in the midst of liars, truth is a crime, but truth will definitely prevail at all times. There is one thing I want to raise objection concerning what she said, when she said that Nigerian police force are thieves.
Yes,
that is a false generalization. If you say Nigerians are corrupt, I will say on this platform that I, Ignatius Eboseluime Ofino, is a Nigerian that is not corrupt.
I am not.
So that is why I say I'm going to raise objection against what Kemi Badenoch said, that Nigerian police force are thieves. That's a false generalization. It was rather unfortunate that that police man or police woman that actually extorted her brother's wristwatch and shoes, those are the bad examples in that institution called Nigerian police force. There is one thing I keep saying, I don't like false generalization. That is why I faulted Kemi Badenoch on that. But whatever she has said, she has spoken nothing but the truth. But when you are seeing a government that does not want to change, what can we say about a government that lied on that oath? Let me give an example. Do you know I told people now that Elofo Kombale is a ruse? That word Elofo Kombale is no longer an assurance.
Okay, wait a minute.
For me, it's no longer an assurance.
Okay, it's fine. But then, honorable,
you are talking about Kemi Badenoch and the police, and
wait a minute. Yes, you will. I just want to tell you that the Inspector General of Police, in his words, also said that all the listed evils being perpetrated by the police led to the 2020 NSAS protest.
Exactly.
The IG himself said it.
We've said it
with his own mouth. Yes, we have said it.
Yes, on this platform.
He said all these bad things that these police are doing, that's his own force, led to the end of NSAS protest. Now, what would you like to say about what Kemi Badenoch said about Nigerian police?
Kemi Badenoch.
And then what would you say?
Never said categorically that Nigerian police are thieves.
No, she said it.
He said, listen to me.
Okay.
I listened to the video.
I listened to it.
He said, when his brother, the police, Nigerian police, stole the watch and the shoe of his Nigerian policeman. Steal the shoe and the watch of, because this woman is a top-notch.
And then she said Nigerian police are thieves.
Listen, stole. You see, that is not generalizing. I'm just saying this to you. You can go and watch the film again. Now, she said as well that
I'll play it now.
I love it. That where he came from, Lagos State had broken system. He never said Nigeria has broken system. Now, coming to that, what we are saying, we know what happened to in 1980. One of our athletes is Dele, a sprinter that was killed, shot by Nigerian police, and till now nobody has been held responsible. And later, what happened in Nigeria is peculiar to Britain, is peculiar to America, but they have the system whereby they can be able to prosecute any police that held. But in Nigeria, they will say esprit de corps, that they must protect each other. That is what is making a lot of people, them to be breeding a lot of bad eggs among them. I will not blame anybody that alleged them all together, because a bad apple will spoil the whole bunch. So it is when any system started to be clearing the mess some people are creating, instead of protecting the criminals among them, it is now anybody that hell must be punished and must be expunged from the system. If they keep doing that, there was a time, what's it called? Our former IG said 20 naira being collected by the police is not a big deal, and there's no way you can stop it. And after that, we had about another ID that said you must not collect any shishi from the military. It's an abuse. It's not different from being an armed robber.
Of course.
When you are extorting money, technically or in a very superior manner than people you are meant to protect. So it is now they have to clear the table and make sure all the backside among them were being expunged.
All right, thank you very much. You put that together pretty well. But let me move on to this one that I think is going to gladden the heart of a lot of people. But before I go to that, okay, let me go to that so that I'll make that the last. But let's discuss Oyo State. Now, the Oyo State Road Traffic Management Authority, we all know them, has launched a series of raids against illegal street traders within Ibadan, the state capital. A statement by the Commissioner for Information and Orientation, Dr. Oyelade, in Ibadan on Monday said the operation led by the agency's chairman Adekoya Adeshagba spanned a day and targeted Orita Meri, Gege, Agbeni, and Ogunpa areas, all within Ibadan metropolis. But then, I would like to ask my analyst with me in the studio, have you ever seen them do this before? Because I see people trade anywhere. On my way to the office, I saw people trading anywhere. There's no day I wake up in my life in Ibadan, since I've been in Ibadan, that I don't get to see people trade anywhere. To make it even worse, I don't think I've ever seen the Oyo State Road Traffic Management Authority at their duty post in the last 2 days. I've been to places, a lot of major junctions just this morning, and I can reassure you I didn't see any of them anywhere. And I keep asking myself, where are they? So will you say what the Commissioner for Information and Orientation, Dr. Oyelade, is saying is true? Or better still, should we say the agency's chairman, Adekoya Adeshagba, would you say that he really knows his onions as far as the Oyo State Road Traffic Management Authority is concerned and what their job is to be? You and I can live here now. Let's go anywhere and see if you can see them wherever they are. They are not. For like at least 72 hours, I've not seen them.
There is one thing we must understand. Street trading poses a serious risk and danger to human life. But before Nigeria came into existence, there were village markets. Initially,
there are days for market.
Yes, rural settings. When we look at Ibadan now, Ibadan is already a metropolitan city. Ibadan itself is a civil service city. Oyo State is a civil service state. It's not like Lagos that is have what we call industrial.
But are you saying that truly that they stepped into this issue that they should stop, trading, street trading?
Why do people trade?
People that will have oranges on their
heads. Why do people trade? We struggle for survival.
Thank you very much.
We struggle for survival, but there is one thing: you must not risk your life in the course of struggling for survival. No government will open his or her eyes to see citizens risking their life, especially when it comes to issue of street trading.
We can give that to Lagos.
Yeah, now
perfectly well.
When you look at Ibadan now, Ibadan is becoming a modern city,
and it's becoming very rowdy and dirty and a place where you can hardly breathe.
Probably you say it's the fault of the commissioner of what? Environment and our people's attitude. We have to be honest to ourselves. If the government decide to prosecute anyone now, what do you see? People will now start to blackmail the government.
Now let me ask Honorable, would you say the governor of the state is actually doing a lot to protect his citizens, because taxis stop anywhere to pick anyone at any time? They break the rules of red lights. People trade on the streets anywhere, anytime as they want. In fact, they have encroached onto the road. A 3-lane road in Ibadan. 3-lane is actually a lane, because they have made 2 lanes their place to trade on the street.
I'll say I pray for the soul of Senator Abiola Ajimabi, to peace be upon him. Rest in perfect peace, sorry. And you see, this is one of the hypocrisy of this government. When he was campaigning to the people, he made them to realize that everything Abiola Ajimabi did was wrong. Even that when he was young, he even traded on the road as well because he sell bread. And he cowardly and he even deceitfully told people that he reversed the system in his broadcast, many broadcasts when he came. Now, all the policy of Chief late Abiola Ajimobi that he did truthfully and obediently and making people to realize why he was doing this was being reverted by Engineer Seyi Makinde. Still trading is totally wrong. It caused havoc to the road users. It caused havoc to people who are trading. It caused havoc to those who are the motorists on the road. We have seen a lot of time that the trainers has killed so many people. Even under the people building, constructing under high tension market or stall or anything. Now, what he did is they are now doing. I accepted it and I love it, but they must not lie to people when they are campaigning. They must exactly put their policy straight instead of deception and later know that what the person that was in charge has been doing, instead of them to be mounting on it and do other things that are even good. If they can be able to stop it, I will be so delighted, and I will support this government.
So, have you ever seen any have you seen any part of Ibadan right now that is under real cohesion of how things should be? Taxes anyway. Go to Mokala. I drove past Mokala this morning. I was disappointed.
There is one thing they said about Nigeria. Nigeria need a radical leader. Each state in Nigeria need a radical governor. You will step on toes. If you want to enforce the law, they will hate you.
That's what Abiola did.
I'm telling you, they will hate you, but you are doing what is right.
I went to Lagos on Sunday and I can see this Black Maria by Kai park on
you don't try that in Lagos.
On Sunday, I'm telling you, on Sunday,
not a weekday.
4:30, Black Maria being parked at Baga.
If you cross that road,
you see, that is it.
That is the government that is working.
You can see compliant.
That's the government that is working.
From Ibadan, when you introduce a policy, they will just hijack it and twist it for you. That they even want to die on the road. That what is your concern? That they are trading on the road.
All right, let's end this show this morning on this note. Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has approved the free train rides nationwide from December 28, 2024 to January 5th, 2025. This is a part of measures to ease transportation costs during the Christmas and New Year's celebrations. The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, told State House correspondents in Abuja. Idris explained, as we did last year, there will be free train services to all Nigerians to any part of the country. Are we giving Mr. President his flowers now?
This is what I'm going to say. Not everyone will travel, and not everyone is willing to travel. Assuming Mr. President have decided to allow the border to be open so that rice can flow, so that the rice will reduce to 30,000.
I think that is wrong.
I'm telling you,
I think that is wrong.
People will celebrate.
Okay, fine.
People will celebrate.
We're out of time.
I think it's a laudable idea. It was so sad that the person that introduced this idea was Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola. That throughout his 8 years in government as a governor, that is what he introduced. But because of his arrogancy, he has even left.
Would you say he beat the finger that fed him?
Yes, he become arrogant. So because his policy is what our president is now using by giving the free ride, and all of you don't need to travel. Even it's going to be 5%, at least they are going to enjoy it.
We want to ride rides.
Let your government subsidize it. Let Engineer Seyi Makinde subsidize and bought the local like Sokoto, like Ekiti.
If you want to travel, if you want to travel,
there's rides.
All right. A big thank you to you guys. Thank you so much for being on the show this morning. My name is Lekon Moshebi, and that's the front burner for this morning. Hope you enjoyed every minute of it. Coming up at the top of the hour is going to be the news. But then, enjoy the rest of your day.